It's next, but first time countdown's number 2 story tonight's worst persons in the world. The bronze, shared by Michelle Malkin, Sean Hannity, and comedian Rush Limbaugh. Finally, one of their victims has struck back. Obama campaign economic advisor Robert Reich posting an open letter to them on his blog, reading in part. In a time like this, when tempers are riding high and many Americans are close to panic about their jobs and finances, you have a special responsibility to consider the accuracy of what you say and the consequences of inflammatory and erroneous statements. In the last few days, manifestly distorting my words and pulling them out of context, you have accused me of wanting to exclude white males from jobs generated by the stimulus package. Anyone who takes a moment to examine what I actually said and wrote knows this to be an absurd misrepresentation of my position. The hate mail I have received since your broadcast suggests that the mischievous consequences of your demagoguery are potentially dangerous, in addition to being destructive of rational and constructive political discourse. I urge you to take responsibility for your words. Words and ideas have real-world consequences, and you have demonstrated a cavalier disregard for both. Secretary Reich, bravo. But Hannity, Limbaugh, Malkin, they don't know how to read. Runner-up, Vikram Pandit, the chairman of Citigroup. The company is reportedly about to take delivery of a $50 million corporate jet, which it never canceled, to replace 2 of its current ones, which it has not yet sold. Mr. Pandit's company, of course, just got about $45 billion in federal taxpayer bailout money. And it was earlier this month that a supposedly key caveat to that bailout, that bailed out companies had to get rid of their corporate jets, was dropped. I would suggest we should all boycott Citibank in protest. But if that worked, it would only lead to them getting more bailout money, wouldn't it? And our winner, Richard S. Fuld, Jr., the former CEO of Lehman Brothers, whose collapse was the first big domino in the economic decline. A website that describes itself as the guide to the most notable and influential New Yorkers, called cityfile.com, reports that in November, in the wake of Lehman's collapse, Mr. Fuld sold his mansion on Jupiter Island here in Florida and took something of a loss in the process. 5 years ago, he paid $13,750,000 for it. In November, he got $100. Cost, $13,750,000. Resale, $100. Actually, it wasn't even a sale. Mr. Fuld transferred his title to the mansion to his wife, presumably to keep it out of the hands of creditors if he goes bankrupt or if he gets sued by unhappy and broke investors. The fee for doing that, $100. Oh, and actually, Mrs. Fuld never even paid the $100. A Florida state real estate source tells Bloomberg News that the Fulds probably used a method called quitclaim to transfer it to the missus for free. Richard S. Fuld, Jr., ex-chairman of Lehman. Thanks a lot, Dick. Today's worst person in the world.